and welcome to my video tutorial. I'm Roborgable for those who don't know me, and in this video I'll be showing you guys how to basically show the basics of Game Maker. Now go on the site. I'll go on the site. It's yoyogames.com, and you see all these games. It's basically a game site, but all these games are not made with Flash. They're made with Game Maker, which the site will actually provide you with one. So go on Make, click on Make, then click on Game Maker 8 here at the side, and basically it provides the program which you can easily make games with, and you can just download by clicking here. And yeah, you can download it. It's free if you want, and there's also a pro edition or the registered version which you can pay just for 25 bucks, and you get like many more functions in the game, such as making a 3D game or effects and particles and rotation and stuff like that. If you use a light version, you're pretty limited, but you can still make a game. It's possible, but you just won't be able to make 3D games or make them that polished. And when you run the game, it will show this bar saying made with Game Maker. Okay, so once you've downloaded that, I'll start it up. Open Game Maker. As you can see here, this is the program basically. You can run tutorials by going Help, Tutorials, and yeah. But when you first open up this program, actually, it should pop up with some tutorial making some click game. If you want to run through that, I highly recommend that you do. So yeah, but in this video I'll be showing you how things actually work, how this program works. So let's get started. Now on the top bar, this icon basically creates a new game, where if you want to create a new game, you just click it. Make sure you save your previous games. This is to load a game. You can save. You can create a standalone exe. Basically, once you finish your game, you obviously want to create it into an exe file, where when you double click the exe file, it actually runs. Because you do not want to upload your game as a GMK file, because not only do the people who are the viewers, they may not have Game Maker, but people who do have Game Maker can easily edit it. And unless your work is an example where you want people to see the code, I highly recommend that you don't, and you create an exe here with this button. Alternatively, you can go File and create executable. This basically uploads your game on the Yo-Yo Games website. This play, run the game. So if I just create a room for a second and I click play, it should see here this screen. If you have light version, you'll see some banner at the top left corner. So basically when you run the game, when you click play, this is what happens. It actually runs the game. And you can easily do that with the exe. When you just double click the file, it'll load it and run the game. So the red one is run the game in debug mode, which is helpful when you're coding. So I'll show you it. As you can see, it's really helpful to basically debug the game and search for stuff, and it just makes developing a bit more easier. As you can see here, you can go run, watch. You can basically, set these variables. You can alter the game. So yeah. Create a sprite. Alternatively, you can go resources and do all these. You can create a sound. Game Maker allows you to create a sprite using their sprite editor, and you have your basic tools such as paint, and since the background's all checkered block or chessboard or whatever you call it, that means it's in PNG format, which it basically allows transparency. With the sound, however, Game Maker does not allow you to make sounds, rather than import them. So you'd have to use another program such as Audacity or Acid Music Studio or Fruity Loops or all those programs if you want to make the sounds, or just simply download them off the internet. Now, you can create a background which you can also draw. A background is basically, you know, something you would use. Beginners may use this a lot as like a, you know, they'll use them in their games, as you know, these come with the default ones as they're like textures. But people who use 3D rather use them for the textures. Now, path is basically paths that you can take in the game. I'll show you for example. If we create an object, we'll just give him a simple sprite. I won't waste your time here. And we'll give this object a sprite. Create. Okay. Now, if we put this into a room, basically this path you can actually, it's particularly useful for movement in your game. Like, for example, you can control monsters with this path. It basically controls their movement. So basically, I can go like that. Yeah. So if we run it in the game, for example, start here. Basically, the path is the object will take the path and move in that direction, like actually follow it, and at the end it can like either reverse and continue on. As you can see how the object just follows the path. It's pretty useful, though not always, people don't always use it, but really nice thing to use. Now, script is something really important because scripts are basically codes that run the game. You may think, what's the difference between the control add code here, like, you know, this code, or the script here? They're both the same thing where you enter the code. Basically, there's a really big difference. The script, it can hold arguments. So basically,